Hi, this is Soonja Kim, Level 3 practitioner of QHHT, Quantum Healing Hypnosis Technique. Today, I'm going to talk about cord cutting. I wrote an article back in July 2020 about cord cutting. And this cord cutting article has been one of the most read article. Why is that? It is because many people are having trouble with the relationship. They're in the position that really they don't want that person in their lives. It's very common. And I get these issues so often in sessions. Usually the intense emotions is in the family situation, I found. Mother to a child, child to mother or father, or between siblings, or between their close relatives. It is quite intense. Blood relationship is one of the most difficult cord cutting that we can do because we are related with that person with blood. So the reason why people want to cord cutting. What is cord cutting? Okay. Cord cutting is that not the physical cord cutting like a newborn baby cut the cord from mother. It's energy cord cutting. When you have done with that person enough suffering, each time you think of the person or hear the names of it or be with the person, it just pushes your button all over the place. It rages. And some person said that they were ready to kill the other party. Isn't it extreme emotion that it's triggered? It's that severe. So in that case, then, cord cutting is required. Because you are not happy, there is no way that you can find any inner calmness when you have that kind of person in your life. So before cord cutting, I yourself suggest that you do the forgiveness first. You try forgiveness first. I have that Dolores Cannon's Forgiveness YouTube on my article of cord cutting, as well as you can Google Dolores.com. And I think the title was not cord cutting, but how to rid of your karma. And in there, you can find how to do it. But here I will tell you, again, very basic way. Now, you are so upset with one person. We say A. We give a name person A. Okay, so A, spell A. For the easy to talk about it. So you write a contract between you and A. Now I don't want that any more contract. I had a contract with you. Now I no longer wish to have it. You signed your name. It's just mental and as well as physical manifestations that you see in front of you. Now you have a contract with a person, person A, right? So now you have it. And then you say to the person, we tried. You really have to mean it. We tried. We really tried. But it's not working. So now I'm tearing the contract with you. We no longer are associated anymore. And I release you. I forgive you. You also release me. You forgive me. I have no ill feeling towards you. It served the purpose. Now it's no longer serving the highest good for me or neither you. So I send you with my unconditional love and compassion. And I wish you well. I wish that you wish me well. From now, we have no more contact at all for the rest of my existence. Okay. And now that is forgiveness technique. You say whatever you want to use it, but basically, you are delivering message to the person, the other person. Say, we've done it the best we can, but it's not working, so adios. So now you try that as honest as you can for a while. Still, if it's not working, then we really go for a cord cutting, the energy cutting. It's energy is connected with physically bonded with you by blood, emotional entanglement with usually happens to not only family, but could be probably with your loved ones once or friends. That's where when new emotions get buttoned pushed, then you know that you are still have in the position that you have to work for yourself and at yourself and with yourself. So that is a good gauge that the forgiveness technique hasn't been working, then cord cutting. Now, this is very serious matter. You don't have to face this person. You can do it in our mind and as effective as you see in person. But when you really see in your person that we are really upset with you, when you talk about these things, how do you think it's going to go? I don't think it's going to go well, right? So we do that. Imagine the person in front of you, and then we cut the cord. This is really, you really have to be serious about it, especially when you are cutting cord with family member. It's not done by once. You keep doing it again and again and again. Mind you, when the family member you're cutting cut, you have cut the cord, but the other person hasn't. So therefore, the other person keep continuing communicating with you. And each time you get buttoned and you get upset and everything, then, so you do your part. That's all we can do, right? So do it as often as you need and keep continuing. I'm remembering you again. It's required many more times of consistency until you feel that when you hear the person's name or memory of the person does not trigger the emotions in you, then you know it has been worked. So cord cutting is sometimes that is required in human relationship. And many of us are still bound by ethical obligations, or because the person is my parent, how can I? Or because the person is my child, how can you? Or the person is my brother or sister, how can you disconnect? That's fine. You still need time to work on yourself, that means. But when you reach a point, do the cord cutting very sincerely. So this cord cutting always is required that don't end with harshness. They, higher self, always tell us that exercise. You love yourself, you love the other person. You have compassion for you, and you have a compassion to the other person, because we are all spark of the source. So when we love the other person, it means that it loves me. So if you cannot do the other person thinking, then you just keep loving yourself. Love yourself send the compassion to yourself, then in return, the energy goes to the other person as well. That's what the higher self says. So this cord cutting, sometimes we need duration of our journey. When you need it, don't hesitate. Your peace of mind comes first. So love yourself, do and be honest with you. Do not think about this social conditioning, social ethics. Let go. Just concentrate on you first. And keep on doing it until you are free from being emotionally pushed. So I hope that it helps you. And if you want to go further and visit my website under stories, and I named it as Code Cutting. I think the date was July 2020 sometimes. So confirm it again, read it, practice it, and I wish you success.